Hey guys, so it's been like 80 billion years since I've last done a video, and today I have a Dollar Tree haul. I just got home from Dollar Tree. I just got home from work. I got home, changed clothes, and I'm feeling kind of rough. Had to be up at 5 o'clock in the morning to go into work, and which work is a whole other situation. I started a new job about a month ago, and possibly today was my last day. I'm not sure if I get called in the rest of the week, then I'll work, but as far as I know, nobody said anything, so I think today was my last day. I put in my 2 weeks notice, but that's a whole other story. Maybe we'll go over that some other time, but here's the Dollar Tree haul. So, I'm just gonna dig into bags and go through it. Athlete's foot cream. This right here, just want to touch on this. So, this is not like certified medical advice or anything, but if you ever find yourself in a situation where you've been bit by a brown recluse spider, and if you cannot get to like an ER or doctor or whatever immediately, this athlete's foot cream, just put it on the spot. I've had a few brown recluse bites, and for personal reasons, just resorted to using this. Like, it may take like a week or two, but it works. It takes care of the situation, especially if you catch it early on, but, or if you suspect, so just anything like that, because this is like an antifungal, and apparently that's like when they bite you, it's like a fungus that they inject into you, I think. I'm not entirely sure. Again, not medical advice, but it was told to my dad by a doctor that he had, so we always kind of keep this on hand, and again, it has worked for me, so good to have. Just wanted to go over that whole spiel. And I saw online that somebody had found the silicone scar sheets, so I got these because I want to try using them on my my wrinkles, my lines that I was born with. Okay, I don't know if I was born with them, but that's a whole other story. But I've had these since I was a child. So anyway, I want to try these out to see if that helps. We'll see, because like I've been debating on buying some from Amazon, which I think I will. But anyway, yeah, okay, so try not to be too chatty about everything, but got some of this Kingsford garlic and herb spice. Looks like that'll be good. Can y'all see the cat? He's Roscoe on my lap. I got the basil pesto. That looks like that would be yummy. And some of the stuff, I think everybody by now knows that Dollar Tree has increased a lot of the prices, and I was under the impression that, I've heard so many things, but I was under the impression that at this point in time that everything had gone up to at least $1.50, but turns out not everything has, just certain things. So some of the stuff was $1.50, and I think the majority of it was still $1.25. But hopefully, hopefully that won't change anytime soon, but it probably will. I got masking tape. This, just want to touch on this again with the cats. This stuff, I go through it so much. It, like, if you have a problem with pet hair, or like when you wear black, this, like, if I were to use a lint roller, like a certified like lint roller, I'd go through those things like crazy. So masking tape is my best friend. And also, if you have a flea comb and you're combing your pets, it's good to have this, so that way you can like catch it, and also like you can clean the hair off of the comb with it. That's what I use it for. This is phenomenal for those reasons. So just want to touch on that. I'm just like touching on the things that are like multi-purpose, or maybe things that you don't normally think of using the item for. I don't know. But I got this for my dad, but it's the Dermasil cocoa butter body lotion. I can't remember if we've had this before or not. I know there was a Dermasil lotion he liked, and he wanted some more lotion, so figured we'd go with this one. I don't know how it is. I'm assuming it's good, but I can't remember again if I've had this one or not. So hopefully it's good. Got him some M&Ms. So, you know how Dairy Queen has blizzards? And those blizzards, these days are ridiculous. They're like $5 for a little cup. So, since in this household, we've got a new member of the household too, family friend, basically family, okay, has moved in with us, but we enjoy our Dairy Queen treats. But I'm thinking, why not just go get like a tub of ice cream from the store for a couple of dollars and then put our own candy. So this is one of my dad's favorite candies. I'm thinking, it's not the best value for M&Ms, but for ice cream, for Blizzard, why not just, yeah. So we'll touch on that again here in a moment too. They had this Power Bubbling Clay Mask, and I guess this is newer. I haven't seen anybody mention this. Like, I've been big on TikTok lately. I am guilty. Somebody who was like against TikTok, I am obsessed. It's horrible, whatever. But I haven't really seen anybody mention this, but I've had one of these bubbling clay masks before. One of those Korean bubbling clay masks. So I figured, why not try this out, see if it's any good. If not, oh well. So yeah. And then they had like a whole line of this stuff like in a display together, and I forgot, like one was like a caffeine face wash, but it had pumice in it, and I'm just kind of iffy about that. Like, I'm afraid the pumice will, like, for your face, will tear up your face, like, you know, do a lot of damage long term. And then they had, I think it was a toner, but there's something about the toner that kind of made me like iffy. Like, I like toners that are moisturizing more so than the ones that are drying, and I think it had tea tree oil in it, and while that's like good for your skincare, especially if you have acne, I just kind of like because I feel like maybe that might be too drying, because I've used like tea tree oil with other stuff and it kind of is drying. But anyway, but they had this moisturizer, this power moisturizer with retinol, antioxidants, and glycerin. So I need some moisturizer. Figure I'll give this a go and see if I like it. And this kind of, like, the way it's packaged reminds me of the Ordinary products. So I don't know. We'll see. Let me dig into this little bag. They had my favorite type of knitting needles. So I don't know if these are any good, or if they're quality-wise, if they're going to hold up. But these are the circular knitting needles, and this is a 6mm, and this is a 4.5mm. And I'm going to have to look at some of my other knitting needles to figure out, like, what the conversion size is. Like, you know, like, they have the millimeter measurements, but they also have, like, the different sizes too that correspond with the millimeters. So and it says they're 80 centimeters, so I guess that's the cable, like from tip to cable. So this is the way I knit. Like, I've got straight needles, but I'm not a fan of straight knitting needles. I love circular needles. That's ultimately like my first big project. I mean, they're so versatile. These are the way to go. So my biggest concern is that the cable is going to stay attached, but if it comes off, I'll just super glue it or whatever. Like, use some kind of glue to make sure that's secure. So I also hope that these aren't too flimsy, but I think they'll be fine. I don't think that the tips will be flimsy at all. Anyway, if they turn out decent, then this is a phenomenal deal, because they're usually like $6 or $7 at the craft store without a coupon. So, and that was only 2 sizes they had. I was considered, like, when I first saw them, I was like, oh no, I'm gonna have to spend a lot of money buying all the different sizes, but that was the only 2 that they had, so whatever. I got these. In case you don't know, my dad's legally blind, or at this point I guess he would be considered blind because he's lost so much of his vision. His retinas have pretty much disintegrated completely. But so, like, when you, like, they have these things called bump dots for visually impaired people, and that way they can put them on, like, different things, like on the microwave, for instance, like, put them on different buttons so that, you know, like, this button is this, like, it indicates which button it is or which buttons need to be pressed. So, like, in my dad's situation, like, we have some across the first 3 numbers and then down at the 0 and then the start and stop, so he knows where each one is, so that he can use the microwave. Or like on the washing machine, we have them on the different, like we have the like a non-computerized washing machine that still has the dials, so that way we have them on the dials, the different settings, so that way he can adjust the settings and know what, like, how to set up. That was Roscoe that jumped down. But anyway, so these are incredibly handy because they can be really expensive. You have to buy them, and sometimes it's hard to get them. So, and they call them wall protectors, or they could be used for like little jewelry boxes, or like stuff that you put on your tabletop to keep it from scratching the tabletop. But for anybody visually impaired, this is a great value, and it has like different sizes in it too, so that's cool. So touching on that, little scrub brush, I figure, or I hope that this will be good for like scrubbing the shower tile and the grout and everything. It's a pain. Yeah, it says built-in scraper, so I guess this is the little scraper on the back here. Okay, and then finally, last bag. Is it Tapatio mashed potatoes, and it has the Tapatio hot sauce, or flavored, Tapatio hot sauce flavored triple cheese and mashed potatoes. So it's four of these, and I'm assuming that these were $1.25. I need to really, hold on, let me see if I can find it real fast. But if these were $1.25, then, or even $1.50, then that is a great deal. And this is coming from somebody who used to hate powdered potatoes. Yeah, $1.25 mashed Tapatio mashed cup 4-pack, $1.25. Huh. But the masking tape was $1.50. And I have a hair stuck to my lip. Okay, so yeah, I've learned to love and appreciate the powdered mashed potatoes, the instant mashed potatoes. Oh, and it's Idahoan brand, so that's like the big brand from the grocery store. Okay. And I love hot and spicy things and cheesy mashed potatoes. I'm thinking maybe a little bit of sour cream to give it a little more, you know, good, like to improve the texture maybe. Sounds delicious to me. My dad is obsessed with the Little Debbie's apple turnovers, which they were out of them the last time we went to the store. So I saw these at Dollar Tree. These are not turnovers, but they're Muffin King apple filled muffin bites. So I thought maybe this might be a decent alternative to satisfy that craving. I don't know. I've had the Muffin Brand King before, of the cornbread, the honey cornbread. Was it honey cornbread? It was some kind of sweet cornbread. It was not that great. I mean, when you think of, like, for me, I thought it was cornbread that was sweetened, which it was, but it tasted more like a straight up cake than it did cornbread, and it just was not down with that. I was just thinking, like, I was hoping that'd be more of the flavor and texture of cornbread with the sweetness to it, but it was like straight up cake, and I just I was not into it, not for me. So anyway, hopefully these are better. Okay. This is a fun one, the Miss Freshly's pecan twist, which, is it just me, or do these, like, these are so similar to cinnamon rolls, in my opinion. But the funny thing is, I guess it's not really funny, like, they had piles of these stacked up on the shelf, and every one that I kept coming across had the Best By date of March 25th, 2025, and I was like, what? And I was like, what's going on? And then I dug to the very back and found these that are good till, well, August 25th. So just got a few more days here with these. Basically next week, I think. But yeah. So be sure to check your dates when you go to Dollar Tree, which I've experienced that in the past at other Dollar Tree locations where the dates were pretty significantly off. Like, in my opinion, like for me personally, I don't mind a few days or even a week, depending on what it is. But when you get to several months, like this is August and March, that's like almost 5 months right there, if not. Yeah, anyway, so Reese cups again for the Blizzard dupe. And then, oh, and I got him, he loves Oreos, so I got these chocolate sandwich cream cookies. I'm curious, I'll see what he thinks about them. Like, I'm curious if they're a good Oreo alternative or not, because I know, like, certain things, like, you know, sometimes you can get away with the store brand or a cheap generic brand, and other times it's like, eh. So we'll see if these are decent. Like, I think it was either the Kroger brand or the Walmart brand that he thought was pretty good or decent. But also Blizzard if he wants to. And then finally, just got a standard bag of jasmine rice, just a 1 pound bag, $1.25. Yeah, so this is gonna wrap up my Dollar Tree haul. This is probably one of the faster Dollar Tree hauls that I've done, but it's been a long time since I've been able to do a Dollar Tree haul, so I'm grateful for that. And yeah, so anyway, I'm gonna say hopefully I'll be back with more videos, but every time I say that I think I jinx myself and then I fell at that. So anyway, see y'all next time.